Good morning and welcome to Oakland County's Virtual Manufacturing Day 2020. My name is Margaret Kelly and I'm with Oakland Schools co-hosting this event with the Oakland County Michigan Works. I would like to open today's session by allowing our partners of Brose the opportunity to introduce themselves.
Good morning, Bill Hunter, General Manager at Brose New Boston.
Morning, I'm Joseph Slavitt. I'm in charge of robotic welding.
Jonathan McMillan, paint line maintenance.
Chastity Davis, paint technician. Yolanda Watts, paint technologist in charge of the paint line.
Morning, everyone. My name is Rachel Hamblin, and I'm part of the HR team.
Good morning, I'm Katie Smith, and I'm the executive assistant to the plant manager.
Chris?
Yep, and I'm Chris Hunt. I'm the technical trainer at Brose for apprenticeships and training and development.
Thank you, Brose. We look forward to learning more about your company today. Today, you are joining over 1,600 students virtually through touring the Oakland County Advanced Manufacturing facilities. These high-tech companies aren't the dark and dirty factories of old. They are highly automated, using the most up-to-date technologies, computerized, clean, and brightly lit. They are staffed with people from a wide range of interests and skills. They often work collaboratively in teams made up of a cross-section of careers such as quality control, engineering, logistics, assembly, project management, maintenance technicians, operators, robotic technicians, computers, and machine programs, and many more. You may be wondering what to expect from this virtual event. Here's how it's going to go. First, we're going to have our opening remarks from Oakland County Executive David Coulter and U.S. Congresswoman Haley Stevens. From there, we'll be watching a great taped video shot on location at Brose, taking us on a tour of what they do in their manufacturing facility. Then you have a chance to hear from the Brose team. They have staff that will be live with us to talk more about their career paths and how they got to where they are today, along with the tour of their robots and products they produce. Before we get started, I have some general guidelines for everyone. With more than 100 students joining in this session, we cannot see you, and your screen symbol in the upper right hand corner to enlarge your vision. If you want to ask questions, we're going to ask you using the question dialog box and raise hand feature found on your screen. We will be answering them towards the end of the event. Handouts with additional company information plus general career resources from the county have been uploaded to the site. You should see links to them on your screen. This virtual meeting is being recorded and will be available for your viewing through the end of the year by visiting the Oakland County Manufacturing Day website, which we will share that with you later. Now we're going to go ahead and hear from Oakland County Executive Dave Coulter and U.S. Congresswoman Haley Stevens.
Hi, I'm Dave Coulter, Oakland County Executive. Thanks for joining us online for Oakland County Manufacturing Day. We're excited you're joining us today to learn about manufacturing careers across Oakland County. I know you may be learning differently this fall. Manufacturing Day looks different this year too. Historically, the highlight of Oakland County Manufacturing Day for students has been the opportunity to tour manufacturing operations across the county. This has been your opportunity to learn about the exciting and high-wage careers in advanced manufacturing, including robotics, automation, programming, welding, machining, and many more. While that may not be possible in 2020, we're so pleased to have 9 companies working with us to host remote tours and meet all of you. Today, you will learn more about advanced manufacturing and what skills and training, certifications, or degrees may be needed, plus what it takes to land your first job. You will be hearing from company executives and talented employees talking about the in-demand jobs at their companies and what they do each day. Notice the diversity of the employees. They have all taken a variety of paths to where they are today. You may follow them as you launch your career. Please ask questions. They are expecting them. Everyone is excited to share with you their passion for manufacturing and their jobs. During the meeting, you'll also hear about specific training opportunities, internships, apprenticeships, and more. We hope the virtual tour inspires you to pursue a great career in advanced manufacturing right here in Oakland County. Thanks for joining us.
Hi everyone. Congratulations on this year's Manufacturing Day. I'm Congresswoman Haley Stevens, and I represent Michigan's 11th District in the United States House of Representatives. And I wanted to just let you all know about this district I represent and some of the passions that I have in Congress. And that's a district rich in manufacturing for automotive and aerospace. And one of the things that I get to work on in Congress, and one of the things that sent me there, was this sector of our economy. And it's because it needs nurturing, it needs energy, and it needs enthusiasm. And that's in part what all of you are doing today. Did you know that this district that I represent has the largest number of automotive suppliers, the things that are putting people on behind the wheel and behind the wheel safely? So here's what I want you to do today. Open up your mind, not just to the tinkering and the parts components, which are really cool, but the role that you could possibly play in a manufacturing company. Go get them. Congresswoman Stevens has your back.
Thank you, both Oakland County Executive Coulter and Congresswoman Stevens, for your ongoing support of Oakland County Manufacturing Day. We're now going to give the opportunity to the team of Brose to introduce their video.
My name is Bill Hunter, the general manager here. What I'd like to do is give you a little overview of the Brose New Boston plant in a quick PowerPoint. Then we have a couple videos we'd like to show you, one from the manufacturing day, and then also we have a little marketing one. So we'll start off with the PowerPoint. So again, welcome to New Boston. Go next slide. So Brose started production here in the New Boston plant in 2012. In 2019, we had around 821 employees, and we did sales roughly around 423 million. The plant after our expansion, which I'll show later, is around 60,000 square meters. New Boston is pretty a unique plant for Brose in that we supply all three business divisions products out of this plant. So we have door modules, we have cooling fan modules, we have electronic control units, we do the electric lift gate, so the power lift gates on the cars, the hands-free access, and then the seat structures on it. Our main customers, again, we're very diverse there with Nissan, Honda, GM, Ford, Fiat, Chrysler, and we continue to grow. Brose purchased this plant in 2012. It was originally a Mopar warehouse, which was only around 35,000 square meters, and all the dock doors were on one side, which was not good for the logistics. And then the original assumption was this plant would be good for Brose for the next 8 to 10 years. So what we did, first thing we did is, of course, Brose updated the plant. You'll notice that Brose has a corporate image that basically, no matter what plant you go into, you will see that we are the same. And then we have the high standards on how we like to have our buildings designed for everyone. Started, as I mentioned, in 2012, but by 2015, based on the growth of the Brose New Boston plant and the North America headquarters, that basically we had to do an expansion of the plant. We're going to be done with the expansion probably within the next 3 months. We're nearly doubled the size of the plant. We went from 35,000 square meters to 60,000 square meters. We added a bunch of processes here. So we added a water-based paint line in here. We added an automated warehouse. That's the big gray box in the corner, which will go operational in 21. Additionally, we had to make sure that we upgraded the infrastructure for the plant for our employees. So we installed a full cafeteria, which serves over 500 hot meals every day on all 3 shifts. We added additional office space, and in the future, there's plans to put in what we call Brose Kids Club, which is basically a daycare for the employees here to try to make sure that we're being socially responsible and taking care of our employees. What the expansion allowed us to do was basically to incorporate vertical integration. So now we have laser welding, the painting, we do the sub-assemblies to make sure that we're efficient and competitive for the market. The key thing here with the new Boston plant, it's really a strategic plant because in Southeast Michigan, there are over 7 million vehicles built. And out of this facility, right, we can reach all those 7 million vehicles. So Brose's key thing is to how do we get as much product as we can on those vehicles, hence why we expanded the new Boston plant. Next slide. Quick overview of the plant from a top view. So we're the additions that we've done and with the automated warehouse. And again, these are things Brose put in over $100 million into this facility because we're in it for the long haul. Okay. So on the sales side, as we're looking, currently, right, we're looking to get up to 500 million euros in sales and then over almost 1,000 people into the plant as we vertically integrate. Next. And then these are the products as the plant grew. So started off with just the door modules. We ended up then getting into the seat structures, then the power lift gates as cooling fan modules. And the latest product, which we are launching right now, is the GM Center Console. So this is a power center console for the new Cadillac Escalade, which will go into production and GM's touting very highly of out of the Texas facility. So we're excited about that launch. And then, of course, coming in the future is we will have the seat structures for the new Grand Cherokee and Grand Wagoneer, which is the new facilities that are Chrysler built in Detroit. Okay, so that's a quick overview of the Brose plant on the PowerPoint. What we'll now show you is the Manufacturing Day video put together.
My name is Wilm Uhlenbecker. I'm president of Brose North America.
My name is Yolanda Watts. I'm the paint technologist for the Brose New Boston location.
Chastity Davis. My job title is a paint technician, paint technologist.
Jonathan McMillan, paint maintenance.
My name is Joseph Slabert, and I am the welding manager of the New Boston facility.
My name is Nicole Rogers, and I am the launch manager here at Brose New Boston.
Brose in North America has about 10 production locations. We are a tier 1 supplier mainly to the automotive industry. We have been participating in this kind of event since 2014. We've done that with all our locations here in Michigan. So for us, it's very important to show young people how manufacturing has changed in the last couple of years. You know, from a lower technology-driven, hands-on kind of manufacturing to a more high-tech situation where we are dealing with now. To give you an example, when I started, I did manufacturing engineering. I had to work in factories at that time. It was hard work at the line. You did a lot, with your, let's say, hands. It was, kind of a little dirty every now and then, and then it was basically passing heavy parts from one station to another. What you see now is, yes, we still have stations, we still have operators working at these stations, but you're working with highly technical equipment now, and we automate as much as we can. So it means where we need very high skilled young people now to basically start in manufacturing is to work with all these control units, to write programs for these robotics, yeah, to make sure we have the newest technology in laser welding and so forth. So the technology behind it and what you see and what we have to deal with on the shop floor is phenomenal compared to what you have seen maybe 20, 30 years ago.
Manufacturing has changed from when I first started in this career to fully automated systems. We have VFD drives now on our pumps that didn't exist years ago. So our paint system, we can look at the entire system through an automated process. I can look at the entire paint shop at home on my computer. Years ago, I was not able to do that. I'm able to operate pumps from home, so while I'm flipping and watching HGTV on a Saturday morning, I can log in and see my entire process.
When I started in welding, we were looking at your basic constant voltage, plain good old standard MIG welding. With a normal robot, with an open weld cell, you can walk in, the safety wasn't there, what needed to be there. Right now, we have the capability to set parameters from our cell phones.
When you walk into one of our manufacturing plants, what you will see is highly automated lines. What you will see is a lot of electronics in the line. These are control units to control the line. The background we are looking for when young people join, is, I would say, number one is curiosity. We want people who want to learn and who want to touch and feel things, and who like to work with people. Because besides all the technical background, of course you should have some math and some physics and all the technical part, and you should be affine to work in electronics also, not just the regular mechanical engineering topics. But you have to like to work with people, because that's what you do. You will work in a team. You will work in a team of engineers, be it a quality engineer, production technology engineer, industrial engineer, but you also work with the colleagues on the shop floor, at the line. And this interaction is absolutely key, and you have to like this. The social part of it is pretty intense.
Soft skills in the workplace are critical. We find a lot of times you get people with degrees, people with high-level qualifications. They can do the job, they can perform, they can do well, but the attitude is not necessarily there, or the soft skill of working with inter-team relations, or working with people, just asking a simple question simply in the right way. And so for a welding setup, you have to be able to work between a maintenance department, a quality department, a production department. And without these soft skills, you will not get this open inter-relationship, and it will be much more difficult to get to the same place at the right time.
Teamwork. You got to have good teamwork and ability to share knowledge and share what you found out, and not afraid to learn from others.
I'm looking for someone that is willing to learn and doesn't step out of a university saying that they know it all and that someone owes them anything. Everyone has to pay their dues.
You can have things like schooling, which, like I tell some of our interns or anybody that are coming in, school kind of creates the dots of a picture, and then your experience connects those dots to make the entire picture. I would much rather have somebody that may struggle a little bit on maybe book smarts, but somebody who is willing to learn and has the good teamwork type of attitude. I will take that any day.
My advice to someone who is really interested in exploring a career in manufacturing is to go and look at it firsthand, and to really experience the excitement you see in a plant in producing products, to see the excitement of the customer, but also of the people in the plant, because it's very satisfying if at the end of the day you accomplish something and you see it right away. So I think it's really important to experience it, and not just for a day and doing a tour, but maybe taking an internship or doing a couple of weeks program to really understand what it's about.
I never thought I would actually be in a factory at all, period. I think it's great. I think a lot of people will like it if they try it out. If it's something they really like and want to really pursue it, they should go for it. I really enjoy my job. I love it. I have great co-workers. It's great on my resume. It teaches me a lot. When I got here, I never expected to be in a position I was in, and now I know stuff I never knew before.
Try it, because you may find that something that you like, you may think that you like, you may not, or you may absolutely love it. I actually started in quality engineering and at a company outside of Brose, and I absolutely hated it. And then later on, I actually changed my degree, and it's in criminal justice. And I ended up back in quality with a whole different company, with Brose. I've absolutely loved it. I'm continuously challenged, and I've loved every minute of it.
I like the growth opportunity. I like the challenges. I like dealing with different people, different suppliers. I like mentoring new people that are up and coming in the field, because I remember how much a great mentorship was for me when I first started out in the industry. So I'm mentoring the new paint techs that didn't know anything about paint and trying to cultivate them into great paint technicians.
What I like about working with young people coming into the company, and I have seen it over the years in my career, is taking someone that knows nothing, that has no career path, and giving them a career path, something they can stick to and build have a wife and a family and children, and build a complete, buy a car, buy a house, something that's concrete that no one can take away from you. Taking a person that knows zero and walking proud 4 or 5 years later, having them be a specialist in their field. And that transformation is something that is very rewarding for myself.
You're fumbling through stuff if you don't have nobody to show you the ropes, so to speak. So if you have somebody that already has that background and knowledge, it's beneficial to share that knowledge with a younger person so they don't have to struggle and it make their job more frustrating because they don't know what they're looking for.
My advice to young women that are looking into the STEM fields is what you're mentioning, is to get yourself a mentor. There's not one person that is at my level in this field that is not willing to mentor someone younger, to bring them along. We know that there are challenges in the STEM fields for women, but there are so many opportunities out there for them to get mentorship, to be into programs just designed for women. I'm super excited when I'm out in the field and see young women. I'm excited when I even see a news fight on the news about a program for young girls and how advanced they are now, the things that they're learning programming now. We didn't have that opportunity when I was back in high school. I was encouraged, I remember in high school, not to even take a drafting class because that was for the young boys to do. And I wanted to be an architect to start off. So now we have these opportunities. Nobody's discouraging them now. We're encouraging, we're pulling you along. Take that opportunity and run with it, is what I would say.
I hope you enjoyed the tour. I hope you could see all the capabilities this plant has, and our new Boston plant is one of our flagship plants in the group. So we have fantastic people working here, highly capable people. I really think you saw one of the best plans we can offer, and I truly hope that you will choose this career path because it's very important for us, for companies like us in manufacturing, to move forward, to grow, that we have young talents like you in this field. Thank you.
Okay, that concludes our presentation portion of it, and I'll turn it back over to Margaret so she can moderate the Q&A sessions.
Okay, we've got a couple questions that have come into the chat box. I just want to do a quick reminder that if you would like to go ahead and put a question, you can go ahead and put it into the questions box and then put the raise the hands and we'll be able to ask Brose some questions. I do have a few right now that I'd like to go ahead and get started. One of the questions that we've received is, what classes should I be taking now for jobs after high school?
So for us at the plant, in regards to what classes to take, you can start off actually coming on site and working within as a production operator, or if you're taking your basic classes as an intern, or through our MAT Squared program, to kind of figure out what path you want to take to then determine what kind of classes you want. So depending on what avenue you want to go down, you can figure that out along the way.
Do you have anything specific, like what kind of high school classes that you think would benefit somebody that would be interested in coming to Brose?
In high school, I think that in high school, you should definitely focus on some of your CTE or career education classes. So in Oakland County, you have OTEC classes. Going to those and getting that experience, that hands-on experience, is really valuable.
Thank you. And the next thing I have is, are there any opportunities or anything currently for high school students?
Yes, so we actually here at New Boston have had students that come on site and are interns for us, or trainees for different programs. Like for instance, our maintenance department, we had an intern that was here and then actually progressed into the MAT Squared program.
Oh, okay, thank you. Would anybody like to talk a little bit more about the MAT Squared program? I know there was a question that came up in the chat about what is the MAT Squared program.
Yeah, so I think I'll
Chris?
take this one on. So I am Brose's Mat Square trainer. So my job here at Brose is to train apprentices to then go to one of our 3 locations in the state of Michigan. So New Boston being one of them, Warren, or at the headquarters. And really what the Mat Squared program is doing is we are paying these students their college tuition. So they go to college for 8 weeks, and then they come to Brose for 8 weeks and learn what they just applied in college, and they do that for 3 total years. So by the time they're done with college, they have worked in the plant, they have worked in different locations and with different teams, and learned a large variety of what we do at Brose and how to make their career better in the future.
Thank you. Another question here are, what specific entry level, and I know it was kind of mentioned about like the maintenance positions, but what other entry level positions are available at your company?
So for instance, at the plant, we have our production operator position, which a lot of people start into, and then they kind of get used to what's going on in the plant to then take avenues such as quality. We have a welding area that we train and develop in, our paint line. There's a lot of different avenues to go through. If you start as a production operator here, we have internship opportunities as well. Throughout all of the plant, and not just in maintenance, through our engineering programs, in the office areas. So a lot of different opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty happy here regarding like Chastity. She was an operator. She's now a technician in the paint line. We've actually had operators progress up through the system where they're actually become supervisors in the plant.
Wow, that's great. I know that some people have kind of talked a little bit about the apprenticeships. Can you guys kind of give a little more information about apprenticeships and what current apprenticeships you have to offer at Brose?
Yeah, so currently at Brose, we have 2 different types of apprenticeships. We have a mechatronics apprenticeship, which is going to be a technician role upon graduation. So that would be something like a maintenance technician or a production technician, maybe even a prototype technician or a test technician at the headquarters. And what this role is really to take these students and give them the skills they need in order to use the tools, use the pneumatics, understand how to read prints, understand how to wire something or to plumb something for pneumatics and make an automated system. Then the other program we have is technical product design, where these students are coming in because they like the design aspect, and then they're learning how to design parts, how to design things at Brose. Maybe it's tooling, maybe it's parts, and then they're applying that throughout their apprenticeship at Brose, so that then by the time they graduate, they can be a designer with us.
Okay. Got another couple questions here. And are there any specific skills? And I know it was kind of mentioned, they said in the video, their question has to do more with soft skills. Can you guys elaborate a little more on the soft skills that a student may need to, or you're looking for an employee at your company?
Joseph, you want to?
Yeah. Morning. One of the crucial key factors for soft skills is attitude. It's something I find is that having the right attitude is key for people to listen, a listening ear, and a person that wants to go forward and that wants to learn. So really the most important is to have the right attitudes towards everyone around you, irrelevant of what class this person might be, and then to listen and follow, and to be serious about what you are doing.
Joanna, you want to add on?
One of the soft skills that I think is needed, especially with the generation that is coming into the workforce now, is to be able to communicate face to face with someone. There's so much communication that goes on via email, text messages, Facebook, Snapchat, and you have to be able to communicate with someone face to face. So that's very, very key.
Okay, thank you. We have one specific question here that's about in Oakland. We have a student that's at the Oakland Schools Early College program, and they're going for an associate's degree and they want to know in applied science and mechatronics, and they want to know what type of positions would they be able to go into while they're still in college at Brose.
So at New Boston, we have some internship programs that they could be a part of to balance that school schedule with working on site. That would probably be one of the more flexible options. We also started some production operator positions as flexible options as well. So those would be two really good starts, at least at our facility.
And then they kind of had a follow-up question. They wanted to know if there was a certain time that was the best time to apply for these opportunities.
Now, apply now.
Well, that's great news. Yes, I'm sure the students going to be really excited to hear that. I think we can come up with just a minute. We have a couple more questions in the chat, and they kind of wanted to ask maybe some personal questions to some individuals as far as if you guys could maybe take just a few minutes and give your name and kind of talk a little bit about your job title. And could you maybe tell one or two sentences about what is your responsibility and what does your day look like on a day-to-day basis?
Joseph?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, my name is Joseph Slabbert. I have been involved in welding since 22 years, and I come from South Africa. I have been working for Brose more or less 7 to 8 years now, and my main scope, my day-to-day scope, is to deal with projects related to new technologies, projects related to welding technologies, mechatronics, electromechanics, and robotics as such, and fixturing. And I'm in charge of timelines and installations and development from the bottom, from what we call a process technician level all the way up to a welding engineer. And I'm also in charge of the complete training plan in New Boston for the development, all the breakdowns, all the technical availabilities for the weld cells, and the welding quality and programming.
Jonathan?
Jonathan McMillan. I've been in maintenance basically 35 years. I've been in manufacturing for probably 12 out of those 35. I've been in the paint department here for startup. We just started this paint line a year and a half ago, and every day is a challenge for maintaining new things that pop up, new breakdowns that may or may not happen, but preventative maintenance is our biggest focus, so they don't break down.
Okay. Catherine?
Cassidy Davis. I've been with Brose for 6 years, with the paint line for 1.5 years. My job is to make sure the parts get painted correctly.
Yolanda?
Yolanda Watts. I've been with Brose since the start of the paint line in June of 2018. Came here specifically for the paint line. My day-to-day activity, or my main, is to make sure that we produce high-quality parts coming out of paint. So for the paint line, our internal customers are the track lines in the production area of New Boston. So I want to make sure that every part that comes out of paint has a high-quality standard, because we have high-quality standards here in New Boston. So that's my main focus.
Rachel Hamblin again, part of our HR team, and no day is ever the same. If there's one thing I can say, being bored is never something that you will hear come out of my mouth. We're constantly working on training and development opportunities, hiring right now especially. So like I said before, please apply. We do have quite a few openings. Also to working with the team to know what they're wanting, trying to keep everyone's energy up, and really excited and passionate about what they do every day. The collaboration here at Brose is awesome. So that part makes my day a lot easier, but it's definitely never boring. Always a good challenge.
I'm Katie Smith. Again, I'm Bill's executive assistant, and I have a degree in business administration. My primary focus here during the day, most days, is communication to the employees and employee engagement. We really want to make sure that anything that's important for them to hear, we're getting that out to them, and we want to hear back from them what would make their job better, easier, more enjoyable, so that this continues to be a great place to work.
Okay, so Bill Hunter, the general manager here. So really my day-to-day is making sure production's moving along and touching base with basically everyone on the floor. So we pride ourselves here, making sure that we're out on the floor, the whole management team, and out there talking and touching the people, and all anyone that's new, make sure that they're feeling welcome, and make ourselves better.
Great. In my position, like I mentioned before, is I'm the technical trainer at Brose, and my job is to train apprentices as well as some of our office staff, maybe maintenance technicians here next month, and work on upskilling Brose.
Wow, that sounds exciting. Thank you guys very much. And we did have one last question before we kind of start wrapping this up is there any particular advice you could give to young people considering a career in this field?
Yolanda, you want to take that one?
Pretty much the same as I said in the video, to get yourself a mentor if you're looking to get into advanced manufacturing or maintenance or programming. Find a mentor, find someone that can kind of guide your steps to make sure you're headed in the right direction. And if you're in school, if you're still like a junior or a sophomore and they don't have a program at your school, start a program for yourself. Someone at the school, a counselor, a teacher, or someone will mentor you and guide you to the right path so you're making the right choices for your future.
Rachel, anything to add?
I would say make sure you're coming in with a great attitude, someone who's willing to learn. Someone who's maybe doesn't know everything, that's okay. There's a lot of opportunities to learn, to grow. Just being willing to do that is a huge, huge step.
Chris, from your side?
From my side, any student, whether you're going through the college route or you're in high school looking at going directly into work, find an internship and you take that internship and use it and learn on the job. It will set you apart from everyone else.
Wow, thank you guys very much. We really appreciate that. I'd like to take this time to kind of thank all students and teachers who joined us today for the Oakland County's Virtual Manufacturing Day 2020. We also want to thank the team at Brose for your commitment to this event and work to help pull this all off virtually. Immediately after this session closes, you will be receiving a brief survey on Virtual Manufacturing Day. We would really appreciate it if you would complete it. Your feedback will help us plan for future events like this and make sure they're even better. You could also visit the website at www.oakgov.com/MFGDAY to view this session again, as well as those hosted by our other manufacturer companies today. This concludes our virtual event. From all of us at the Manufacturing Day team, have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.